Hey guys, this is the Anti-Duck, also known as Lesser Black Dog, on What You Seek. And what I have for you today is just a quick little overview of the Sottomarino Lucciola 42mm watch. Just a quick note about Sottomarino. Despite their name, they're not Italian in any way that I can tell. They seem to be a house brand of Precision Timeco, which is just sort of a mall watch retailer that's based in Utah. And the Sottomarino watches are either made by them or specifically for them. They're not made in Italy, as far as I can tell. I think they're probably made in China. Anyway, this is the Lucciola, which, as you might be able to tell, features the Tritium lighting system, which is pretty convenient. It's kind of a diver style watch, but I wouldn't describe it as a true diver, although, as I'll talk about in a moment, it does have some nice diver features. A few nice things about the watch. First of all, one thing that I always look for in a watch is the quality of the bracelet or the strap, and here we've got a solid steel bracelet, complete with solid end links, which is pretty nice for a watch in this price range. The MSRP for this watch is supposedly $319, I think, but I actually got it for $99 on eBay, which I think is probably more of a true reflection of the watch's value, although it is a high value watch for what you get. I wouldn't pay $13 or $300 for it necessarily. Back to the bracelet, it's got this pretty nice push button clasp with the safety there, signed by Sottomarino. Just pretty solid, well-built clasp, solid bracelet. As far as the case goes, it's got more Sottomarino branding on there with information. It's watered, or it's rated water resistant to 100 meters or 330 feet. So I wouldn't necessarily take it diving for real, but because it has a screw down case back, and it actually has a screw down crown, I'd be pretty confident that it's at least safe to go swimming with. The screw down crown is something that actually came as a surprise to me. As far as I could tell, that feature is not anywhere in the eBay listing, so I wasn't expecting it when I ordered it, but then I got it, so that's pretty cool. The movement is a Miyota quartz. It's kind of a low-end quartz movement. I don't know if I'll be able to show it to you in this picture, but it has the problem that some Miyotas have where, see this minute hand right here, it'll actually kind of move a little bit, like it's wiggling back and forth with gravity, which is a little bit cheesy, but, you know, for the price point, it's not bad, and it's a pretty solid movement in terms of its reputation, so it's not too bad. One complaint that I do have about the watch is the bezel. It is a rotating bezel, unidirectional rotating bezel with 60 clicks. Something that's just weird about it is that, at least on mine, it's pretty easy to rotate till I get to about 7, and then it gets difficult, and then it gets easy again. So I don't know if that's just a manufacturing error with mine. Personally, it doesn't bother me that much. It wouldn't bother me enough to get the watch replaced or whatever, but some people might find that more annoying. I did have the watch in water earlier today, and one thing I noticed is that the bezel is almost impossible to turn when your hands are wet and the watch is wet, so that would be probably another reason you wouldn't actually want to rely on this as a dive watch. Not sure I have too much else to say. One thing that I'm not crazy about, I'm getting my fingerprints all over this, but you notice that there's a lot of polished metal on the watch. Some people like that, some people don't. Personally, I'm not that crazy about it. Anytime you have a steel watch, you know it's going to be susceptible to getting scratched. And it seems as though the scratches show a lot better on these polished parts, and there's a lot of polished bits on the watch, which gives it sort of a nice blingy look, but might also come back and bite you later on. Speaking of scratches, one nice feature of the watch that is pretty common on Sottomarino's watches is that they have a sapphire crystal, so it should be pretty scratch resistant. Um, I'm not going to do the nail test that they do in the other video to prove it, but I'll rely on that, and that's a pretty cool feature in a $99 watch. Obviously, the one other big feature of this watch in particular is the tritium lighting, which, as most of you know, is not as bright as fully charged lume, but it does maintain its charge and doesn't need to be charged, I guess. Well, it doesn't maintain a charge because it doesn't have a charge. Essentially, it's self-illuminating. So I'll just turn off the light and see if my camera can show you that a little bit. Well, I'm not sure that's going to show on the camera very well. It does light up though, believe you me. It's got the T25 tubes, which are sort of the standard level of illumination, which is not super bright to look at, but it's adequate to look at when your eyes are just in the dark already. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys this watch. It's pretty good value for the money. I think for $99 it's definitely well worth it. I wouldn't be afraid to take it swimming or kind of use it as a beater watch. I'm not sure I would rely on it if I were a diver because of those issues I mentioned before with the bezel not turning very well. But in any case, I think it's a pretty good deal. If you're looking for features like the sapphire crystal, like the tritium tubes, like a nice bracelet that's got solid end links to it, then you can definitely do a lot worse than this watch. Anyway, thanks for watching.